So, evening, lovely yogis. And just depending on how you're feeling today, after your day, just starting on your mat, how you want to be seated, lying down. I think for an evening practice, it's quite nice to lie down. A little bit of preparation for sleep later. And then just have a few moments checking in with how you're feeling physically. Perhaps just a little quick scan through the body from head to toe. And then also noticing how you're feeling emotionally. Where you are mentally. And it's also nice to check in with how you're feeling spiritually. All these different levels to ourselves. Grounding into the earth. Take your roots down. And then just gently start to focus on how it feels to breathe. Does your breath feel shallow? Or is it easy to deepen the breath to the belly? Do you feel like you're breathing fully or just halfway and then taking the next breath? It's curious to follow your breathing, the pattern, the quality of it. Something we're so unconscious to most of the day, I would say. Just feeling the rib cage expand and contract. Imagining what's going on in the body. As we inhale, the diaphragm lowers. As we exhale, it restores its shape into that dome. Thinking of all the little air sacs within our lungs, opening, closing. We're such intricate, miraculous beings. We perhaps don't take as much credit for ourselves as we should. So we're going to come up shortly for some quiet meditation. As you lie there, just maybe have a nice full body stretch if that feels good. As you do this, just exploring how it feels, really connecting to your body. And then when you're ready, draw the knees in and enjoy a nice little hug and a rock and perhaps roll around on the back. Again, noticing if there's anything that you're observing, feeling that you hadn't noticed throughout your day. This precious time that you have on your mat is so lovely for really drawing your awareness to yourself. Not in a selfish way, in a respectful observation of everything that's going on. So when you're ready, just have a moment to roll up. Come to a comfortable seated position. So if that is on your meditation cushion or on a little sofa cushion, how you can sit for 5 minutes. And always know that you don't always have to sit in this sort of meditation position, this easy pose. You can sit with your legs extended if that's more comfortable. This is obviously better, but if you need to adjust, you always can. So tonight we're just going to have quiet, meditative reflection time. Nothing intense, just perhaps follow the breath until the mind wanders, then just come back to the breath and try and sort of observe that space between thoughts. So just quiet time observing how it feels just to sit with yourself. Sometimes sitting with yourself can be very uncomfortable. Lots of thoughts, lots of uncomfortable feelings, and then other times it can be really very pleasant, very enlightening. So let's just see how it feels this evening. Rest your hands into Dhyana Mudra. Let the thumbs touch gently. And we'll close the eyes. Relax the body, relax your face. And starting by following your breath and just be with yourself. Keep relaxing where you can, but still with an upright spine. Witness your thoughts. Just come back to the breath to anchor you. Just notice where your thoughts are. And then when you're ready, just taking one more breath. Coming back, noticing how you're feeling, whether you were drifting off and could have stayed there longer. I certainly could. So, popping your cushions aside if you're on them. And our first pose, butterfly. A gentle hip opener. If you need, as always, or if you need some supports under legs, just grab a couple of cushions or roll blankets. It can always feel quite nice. Even if you don't usually use them, just try it in the moment. It might feel beneficial. And then just gradually, I always usually start relaxing through the legs and the hips here. And then as that all tends to soften, just draw the awareness to the back and the upper back and shoulders. Drawing breath down to belly. And just feeling that lovely movement. And every now and then again, just check in with the shoulders, the head and neck, relaxing where you can. How does this pose feel this evening? Do you notice anything different from one side to the other of the body? Can you relax your arms all the way down to the hands? Can you notice where you're feeling the breath mostly? Is there a little bit more space to move into the pose more? Whenever you move in the pose, just always make sure that you relax everything again. So we'll take a few breaths. Gently coming out. What does it feel like just as you come out of the pose? Has a lot of the sort of the tight tension gone, or is it still there? And then just gently coming back. Enjoy relaxing. It might take you a little while to relax your back. That's okay. Just wag your tail, rock the pelvis a few times. And then gradually, when it feels safe, let the muscles soften. And just noticing what you're feeling, where you're feeling it, where there's chi or pranic sensation. Notice after certain poses whether you're so much more in tune with your body. And it may be the poses that you do feel a sensation lingering afterwards. Really pinpointing what you're sensing, to what degree the sensation is. Maybe how it fades or moves or shifts. It's lovely to have that curiosity throughout this whole process of just lying here. Just take a few more breaths and just see if there's anything else you can just let go. I think it often surprises, certainly myself, when I relax just that bit more, that I was actually still holding tension. So bringing these in, right one, then left one, have a nice rock. And then when you're ready, we'll roll up for seal. A nice gentle counter pose for the spine. So coming onto belly, I'm going to take a little cushion this evening, just because I enjoy having the support there, under the sort of belly and lower part of the chest. And it's often nice, if you want to use a block for the head, just to rest your forehead on. You don't have to, you could keep the head lifted. But this is a nice pose to come into. Listen to your body. If you're feeling quite tender in your lumbar spine, maybe just let the elbows slide out a little so that you come lower. And starting to relax the legs. As you do so, the heels may roll into the centre. Starting to relax the buttocks, your thighs. Taking some deep breaths to nourish that lower abdominal area if it's tender. See how long you can follow your breath for before your mind starts to wander. Keep relaxing the legs, just notice if the buttocks have tensed up. And if you are resting your forehead, just check through how the head is positioned, the neck, and whether there's anything else you can relax here. Notice if your jaw feels tense and tight. So what's going through your mind? Is this a nice position to be in? Can you breathe deeply and fully? Nice long nourishing breaths. Relaxing your nervous system. However your day has been, if you've been a little bit wired or worried or anxious, that, charges up the body. So yin is a really beautiful way of sort of discharging some energy, calming everything. Just scanning through the body, just one last time, just to notice if anything's a little bit tight still. Could even be your wrists or your hands. And then just one more breath in this posture. Lifting the head slowly. And then we're going to find our way onto our back, coming up slowly. If you need to just pause back in child's pose, just to be gentle with your movement, and that can be nice. And then gradually finding your way onto the mat. How do you feel? Again, just wiggle your body so that you can get into a comfortable, neutral spine. So you may still feel some sensation in the lower lumbar part of your body, but how different does it feel compared with the after effects of butterfly, our first pose? Everything's starting to fade a little. And then we'll draw knees in. Take a little bit longer here if you need to, just to rock or roll. Might be nice to hug the knees in and lift the head to the knees if that feels good, just to stretch the spine a bit more. And our next pose is cat's tail. A lovely twist, nice gentle posture. So just extend your legs back onto the mat. And what we're going to do is roll onto the right hand side. If you need a little bit more cushioning under your right hip, that area, by all means grab another blanket. It will make it more comfortable for you. So we're going to start on our right hand side. Grab a little cushion for your head. And we're going to bring the left knee over. Just resting it in front of you. The knee can be gently in line with your hip. And then if you have the flexibility, using your left hand, see if you can clasp hold of your right foot. Grabbing your cat's tail. And then from here, we're just going to start to roll back towards your left shoulder so that you're coming into a very gentle twist, but in your own time and in your own way. And I like to use this pillow just to support the head and the neck. If you haven't got a pillow, just rest or cradle your head perhaps with your right hand, just so that you can take a little bit of tension out of this part of the body. Okay, so loosely gripping your foot, nothing too tight. Starting to relax your buttocks and around your lower back and your waist. Let the leg you're holding feel heavy. And just start to enjoy how it feels, the flow and the movement as you breathe. Keep relaxing areas that tense up again. And just keep looking for areas of tension that you wouldn't normally associate with the position you're in. Relax your face, shoulders, wrists on both hands. Breathing to belly. Feeling the rib cage expand. Really trying to relax into the neck. If there's a little bit more movement, you can roll back a bit more. But remember to relax everything again. How does this pose feel? Are you enjoying this twist? It's really good for your digestive system. So just a few more breaths here. And then we'll gently come out of this cat's tail twist. So release your foot if you're holding it, then start to sort of roll onto your side again. And then very gradually lift your body and come back onto your back. Being gentle with how you place your spine down. And then just finding that lovely alignment as you settle. Feels nice. Noticing areas of your body that you don't normally notice day to day. Different sensations in different parts and sides of your body. Very different sensation following the first two poses, butterfly and seal. Even though it's very centered around the lumbar and this kind of core area of our body. Take some nice, nourishing breaths. And then gently, when you're ready, nice and slowly bring the knees into chest. Take your time just to explore how this feels as you rock. And then rolling up for the other side, or literally just turning over. We're going to come onto the left side now. If you again need a little bit of padding under the hip and the side of your body, just add a soft blanket perhaps. Lying on the left, we're going to bring the right knee over, a bit like recovery position. And then if you've got that flexibility to grab your left foot with your right hand, and then just supporting the head and neck with a pillow, just explore this gentle twist backwards, rolling the right shoulder backwards. Holding onto your foot in a very gentle way. You don't have to be tense in your wrist here either. And relax. Soften buttocks and lower back. Let the leg you're holding feel loose and heavy. And so how does this side feel? Does it feel similar to the other side, or is there a difference that you're noticing? Keep relaxing the head and neck. So easy to tense up here. Perhaps you're feeling a nice stretch down the side of your neck in this position too. If at any time in this pose you need to adjust, you can. If you need to release the foot you're holding, if you want to release a little bit from the twist that you're in, you can. And what's going through your mind? Are you present in your posture, or is the mind wandering off to the past or the future? How do you feel in this moment now? Which side do you prefer? Or isn't there really too much of a difference in what you're feeling? So let's just take a breath or two. Start to come out of the pose, releasing your foot. Careful as you bend your knee outwards, just notice how that feels as well. And then coming onto your back. And enjoying how this feels. Very refreshing, a twist. Where can you feel chi moving? Different temperature spots in the body. If you are becoming a little bit more familiar with the feel of chi movement around your body, that sometimes little patches of what feels slightly cooler, or there's a tingly sensation, sometimes there's warmth in your body. Notice if it is only when you're doing your yin that you notice it. It's quite surprising. Myself, it's when I do the yin that I really notice this shift of our subtle body energy. Any other time that you're lying down or relaxing, you really may not be so acutely aware of these sensations. It's just something to leave that with you. So bring these in. We're going to come into banana now, a lovely pose where we're stretching into the sides of our body. So the twist we've just done, cat's tail, is really lovely for the gallbladder, but also coming into banana is a lovely posture for enhancing gallbladder health. So bring your legs back down to the mat. And we'll take the feet over to the lower right corner. Just pop your right foot over your left. Just keeps it from creeping back to the centre. And then just if you need to adjust around the buttocks and pelvis, and then we'll bring the upper body to the top right corner. So everything moves to the right. And just listen to your body. If you're not feeling like you really want to come too deeply into this pose this evening, then just make it a soft little bend, side bend. But if you want to push further, you can. You can bring your arms overhead if you wish. You're going to feel that a little bit more in your body. Or cactus arms is lovely. Feel that stretch across the upper arms and upper chest. But if you're quite happy bringing the hands just down by your side, then that's a nice alternative as well. Relax your ankles and feet. Try and soften into the legs and around the buttocks and lower back. Nice deep breaths, just feeling all the different sensations as you breathe. How different it feels from the left side to the right side. Relaxing your shoulders. How do you feel? At any time you can move further into this pose or loosen out of it. Another way of deepening this pose is to swap your feet over. So if you were to bring your left foot over your right, you would feel the pose in a deeper way. Breathing deeply to belly, feel the movement in your chest. So take one more breath. Gently start to bring your body back into neutral spine. So just feet coming back to center and moving your upper body. Take a few moments here. Give your tail a little wag if you need to. Feeling whatever you're feeling. Where is the chi flowing in your lower back? Can you almost notice the direction it feels like it's flowing? Or just whatever's moving around? And then if you want to bring your knees into the chest, I think it's quite nice to do this in between, just so that it sort of gives your body a little bit of a reset. Have a gentle rock. And then we'll come into banana the other side. So feet to the lower left corner, left foot over right, and then shoulders over to left corner. Whatever you did with your arms the first time round, perhaps do the same, just so it feels balanced. And a nice deep breath. check if your shoulders are up near your ears and just loosen them down if you can. And then how does this side feel? How does it compare? Deep breaths. Keep looking for even the slightest bit of tension, perhaps lower back or around your hips. How does this pose make you feel inside? Does it have a gentle, calming effect on your nervous system? Where do your thoughts go? So we'll just have one or two more breaths here. Gently move yourself back into Shavasana, neutral spine, and just have a few moments to reflect, just to absorb whatever you're feeling. Take some deep breaths. Tune into any chi movement. Sometimes you'll feel this around the sides of the body or your inner thighs. Let your whole back relax. And then we'll gently draw the knees in. Enjoy how this feels, how it relieves the body. And then coming into relaxation now. Either staying lying down where you're comfortable with a blanket, cushions perhaps, or if you prefer to come to seated. Oh, I think I'm going to sneeze. No. Let's pick a nice little angel card. See what we're given tonight. Sometimes it's nice to pick a card for the day early on, but taking one for an evening, something we can take to sleep with us. Azure, let me read this one to you. So whatever is going through your mind, whatever has been a sort of a recurring thought or a sort of an idea that's playing on the hamster wheel in your head, I wonder if this card will give you some guidance. Azure, your desired outcome will occur in the very near future. Have patience and faith and don't try to force it to happen. Yes, you will receive your wish. However, divine timing means that patience and positive visualization are needed right now. Ask me to help buoy your faith so that you don't slip into negativity. You can speed up the process of answered prayers by having more faith in their inevitability. Conversely, doubts or worries about how your prayers will be answered will slow them down. Remember that the how of answered prayers is up to the divine wisdom of the Creator. Although you may feel urgency or even panic about your prayers, please trust that we angels are working non-stop behind the scenes to help you. Keep surrendering and releasing these worries and fears to God and the angels. The more that you can stay centered in faith, the more easily we can assist you. What a lovely card for this evening and to end the day, just to know that we're being supported, but also that wisdom of having faith, not trying to second guess how or the answer, just leaving it up to the powers that be to work their magic. It is in fact our own questioning and doubt and trying to figure it out ourselves that puts the blocks on our little miracles being delivered. So as you lie there in just some quiet silence, whatever you need in life at the moment, just calm and just have faith that it will all transpire as it should. Step back from how and just let it happen. Trust in the process of life is one of my favourite affirmations. So gently, just create a lovely little affirmation in your mind that you can go to sleep with. Often the last few words that you say to yourself in your mind before you sleep are the most powerful things to program all night long. As you sleep at night for all these hours that we have with our eyes closed, the brain is processing everything. So what you tell yourself in those last few moments before you drift, very, very powerful effects. So perhaps all is well. I am always fit and healthy. I'm grateful for everything I have and everything that comes to me. Something like that is always a lovely last few thoughts of your day, just to put you into a very, very positive sleep. Changes your vibration. So when you're ready, have a few moments to just stretch. Hug the knees in. Take a few deep breaths. And then whenever you're ready, you can roll up, joining me seated. How does your body feel? Just notice. How does your mind feel, your spirit, your emotions? It's lovely to just check in before and after your practice. So, joining hands to heart center. Om Shanti. Namaste.